Why is the Hebrew word for humanity, ādām, masculine? Is that significant? Well, first we want to recognize that in most languages which use gendered nouns, the gender of any given noun is not especially significant. For example, in Spanish, the word for keys is llaves, which is feminine. In German, it's Schlüssel, which is masculine. That doesn't mean that Spanish people think that keys are only for women and German people think that keys are only for men. It's just sort of arbitrary. That's the gender that the noun gets in the language. Second, we want to recognize that outside of modern English in the modern West, it has been historically very common to refer to groups of people, which include both men and women, using masculine terms. And that was just the inclusive term. That was how people were inclusive with their language. It wasn't meant to be exclusionary. It wasn't meant to be honoring or prioritizing men above women, and it wouldn't have been understood that way. So the thousands of years ago, when the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, was written, masculine terms to refer to both men and women would have been the norm, and that would have been honoring and not demeaning. Third, even though those reasons exist and are true and are important, there is actually something really, really cool going on with the use of ādām as masculine in Genesis. And that is the relationship between humanity and the ground, ādāmā. So humanity, ādām, is taken from the ground, ādāmā, which is feminine. And that masculine-feminine relationship is showing the relationship between the ground and humanity. It's an interdependent, mutual relationship. The human is to care for the ground, and the ground, in turn, provides food for the human, right? And we see the reversal of this, actually, when the first human, Adam, sees the first woman, Eve, and responds with, "This is Isha, woman," because she was taken from Ish, man. So Isha being feminine and Ish being masculine. That same masculine-feminine relationship is reversed to where there's a mutuality and interdependence between the woman and the man, and that the woman is taken from the man, but they are for each other, and they benefit each other, and they care for each other. And we see this mutuality and interdependence in how Paul talks about it in 1 Corinthians 11, when he says that woman was taken from man, but every man since has been born of woman. Richard Hess comments on this. He says the primary concern of the use of the term ādām is not male gender, but its relation to ādāmā, ground. The primary concern of the term ish, man, is its relation to isha, woman. In both cases, the masculine-feminine gender correspondence establishes and enhances the relationship between the two. So the point of ādām being masculine is not that it's male, it's its relationship to the ground. And then with Ish and Isha, we have this mutuality and interdependence, this relationship between men and women as well. And that's a really beautiful thing, and it's a really honoring thing.